Y'all ready to do something? We already doing something. Look at the willingness. God woke us up this morning. Can I get an amen? Don't get scared now. Hallelujah. Turn seats up. Here we go. Love you. Go, y'all. Let's get busy living.
Grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference just for today. Keep coming back. It works if you work it. You got it if you don't, so work it and live. Believe that. Woo!
Booyah!
All right, check it out. I'm over here in Lexington, Kentucky, Versailles, Kentucky. I'm sorry, I'm a little slow. Work with me. Check it out, man. I'm excited tonight. We got Melissa from California in here tonight, and just a powerful testimony. Been through a lot of things, man. A lot of things, due to her own actions. But where she's at today, man, she's giving back. She's helping other young ladies prosper in life to get their kids back. This young lady lost her kids, man. By this illness that we suffer from, man, making the bad choices, couldn't stop no matter what, because we use against our will. I remember using against my will because I didn't know anything else, praying I don't want to use today, and I would use. I'm just really excited to have her on tonight. If you're in the comments, if you would help us share this out, if you don't mind. And if we could start out with an hashtag one time, hashtag AHL family one time, no doubt about it. And help us get this out there. Real talk. Where am I at? 1 second. I'll work with me, y'all. So again, man, I'm going to let her come in and introduce herself, tell a little bit about what she does. We have one of her sponsees on quite often, little Miss Caitlin, and it's just amazing to see the growth, man. And we're here to lift each other up, not tear each other down. We don't need a little help with tearing each other down. So, just uplift us, man. Share some hope, each and every one of you. Let's see where I'm at. Hold on, y'all. Oh, don't do it. Here we go. Yeah, post those clean days if you ain't doing nothing, huh? On sobriety days. Here we go. Real talk. So who we got up in here? Oh, my man Asher up in here. Jordan Winchett. Jordan will be on Thursday, you guys. Straight out of Hazard, Kentucky, no doubt about it. Giving back, each and every day. Kevin Rickman, thank you, my brother. Glad you're here, my man. I see you. Here we go. Loretta Stone in the house. Real talk. April. Don't do it, April. We love you. J.R. Jones up in this piece. No doubt about it, J.R. Glad you're here. We need you. Laura Beth. Oh, stop it. Lori. Hey, look, Lori. You coming to the next meeting. Don't worry about what Cliff gonna quit playing is what he's gonna do. Blameless Children's coming up. Lori's daughter Riley comes in. Going to be sharing again this year. Just amazing testimony, just so uplifting. That therapeutic value of one child helping another, man. It's their story, real talk. Who else we got on here? I'm missing it. Connie Tucker up here. I'll see you, Connie. How you doing? Joseph. I miss Joseph. So without further ado, let's get busy living right through here. My man Thomas from over there. It was Scotland, wasn't it, Thomas? I'm glad you're here, my brother. What time is it there? You feel me? Talk Jeff Semple. I'll see you. What the peanut? Let's get busy living. Hey, I love you, brother. Glad you're here. Look at them chops, boy. I need them. I'm trying to grow this out, man. I cut myself. You hear me? I'm trying. Talk to me. Real talk. Well, thank you. I see Sarah's got 4 months on Friday. You had 4 months on this Friday. Awesome. Where'd Rachel go? Whose birthday? Oh, is that your birthday? Thanks for reminding me. Get the money. Sarah Wilson, I see you. Okay, I didn't say that, didn't I? Bill, I missed you. Y'all are popping. You let the comments pop. Megan Johnson, I see you. Angie Dawson Morrow down there in Frankfurt doing big things. Devin, I see you. Real talk. Without further ado, man, check it out. Let's get busy living. Boom. Hey, lady, how are you?
Oh, hi.
So,
I'm Melissa. I'm a mentor parent from California. I have about 3 years clean. I work with moms who have been through the dependency system, who have either a drug addiction or alcohol addiction. I help them get their babies back, get sober, get into treatment, whether it be residential, outpatient. Yeah, I just help them,
so and this is real, like for real. And the thing about it, it was hard for me in this process. I had to hear from, that therapeutic value of one addict helping another, one alcoholic helping another, somebody that's walked in those shoes. And it's amazing what God will do. He's using you for exactly that because you lost your children.
Yes. I lost my kids in 2017. 5 of them. I have 6 kids. I lost them in 2017 due to my drug addiction. Me and my husband were selling dope, using dope, kind of running a trap house. And, my brothers were also on dope. And the kids weren't in a good situation, So CPS came and pretty much saved them and saved us. And it was hard. It was hard when we lost the kids, It was hard to surrender and get sober at that time. We continued to use, and as much as I wanted my kids back and as much as, I was broken and I felt defeated, I couldn't get sober. And no matter what, I still picked up that bag and chased that dope instead of trying to surrender and get my kids back. It wasn't until 9 months later, I was pregnant with baby number 6. I delivered him. He was a tox positive baby, and I delivered him. And, I thought in my disease, I thought if I went to another county, into a whole nother city, if I had my son, I wouldn't be on the radar, that I would be able to take him home. But, that didn't happen. I was obviously on the radar. They removed my son. I gave my son under a different name, and, they still found me. And from then on, from that day forward, when I had my son, I surrendered. I wasn't going to go back out there.
So you went to another, you went, hold on real quick. I'm so sorry. Latasha Stokely in the house. I see you. Love you. Someone's asking for help. Please message me. I missed you up there. Message me right here on the page. Let's get this started. I see, Rodney down there in Georgetown. I see you, boy, Rodney. Oh, Rayburn up in this piece. So, okay, so you went to another town, pregnant, and delivered the baby and went under a different name?
I did. My family and everybody from Gilroy, because I'm from Gilroy, they all call me Missy. And so when I delivered my son, I didn't deliver him under Melissa. I delivered him under Missy. And I totally forgot about that. I just remembered that the other day when I was looking at their birth certificates, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how dare I? He's not even born under my name.
The insanity, right? Yeah, man, it's crazy, child. It's crazy. So you do all this, and like I said, you got 6 children, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 5 of them were taken by the state, CPS.
Right. Well, all of them were taken, but the baby got taken at the hospital. Baby number 6 got taken from me at the hospital, so I never got to bring him home. I never got to, nurture him or breastfeed him or be his mom. He got removed right at the hospital. We stayed in the hospital, him and I, for, I want to say, a good 17 days because I had some kidney issues because I had preeclampsia, probably because of the dope. But yeah, I just couldn't bring him home, So yeah, it's crazy, the things that we do when we're loaded and stuff,
And you use now, are your brothers older than you or younger than you?
They're older than me. I'm the baby of 7 of us.
And
so they're all older. Excuse me?
Right. So during, how long were you like out there, man? I mean, it got pretty, I mean, you were homeless, right?
I was homeless. I wasn't homeless until I reunified with my kids. So I always lived at my parents' house. My mom eventually left the house and left my dad there because me and my two brothers were out of control. We're the three babies and we're the ones that stayed at home. We were selling dope out of the house. Just, crazy stuff. People were coming over. It was a trap house.
Now, what was your childhood like? Were both parents in the picture?
I come from a two-parent household. Yes, no drug issues. I had a great childhood. I had a great life. I had great parents. We didn't struggle like this. My parents kind of just set back and let us fall on our face. No matter what we did, they supported us. They never kicked us out. They loved us through it, even through our addiction. They try to stand by us by being good parents. But in reality, I think they needed to let us learn and be stern instead of being there. But I mean, eventually that's when my mom left. She didn't want us to be homeless, so she left, and when she left,
So
it was
Pop
really
had
bad.
enough. Is that what
My
you're
mom said,
saying?
done.
He had enough, and that's what happened so many times. And you guys were so unmanageable, man. You were killing yourself, and that's what this disease, this illness we suffer from. It don't just want us. It's got
Right.
mama and daddy at each other's throats, wanting to kill each other. Because mom, that's my babies, and daddy's like, look, they're grown up, man. This stuff's they got to get some help or get out. So there's
Right.
your mom and daddy just going at it, huh?
Yeah, they were fighting all the time. It was behind closed doors. My mom was done with all of our stuff, and my brothers and my dad just wanted to be the dad. He didn't want to give up on us. He didn't want us to be homeless, and neither did my mom. So she decided she was just gone. And when that happened, our lives, without her being the rock of the family like she is, keeping us together, our lives went downhill. Really, really
Yeah.
bad.
So mom was an enabler.
Yeah.
Real quick, got to give a shout out. Josh Jenkins in the house. I see you, boy. 3/17/2020. Only by the grace of God. Amen. Thank God for your grace and mercy. Real talk, real talk. Yeah. Who else we got? Give some shout. Oh, look at here. Brian got 2 years, y'all. Brian Roberts, 2 years, March 8th. I see you, baby. A two-piece in the house. Good stuff. Real talk. Dakota Cox. What we got? Big brother, you see me? I see you. Oh, Silky now. Let me know. We see you. We see you, West Atlanta. All right, all right. No doubt about it. I'm glad you're here. We need you. Definitely need you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Paul, Rachel, what's Rachel talking about? See, because and that's why I like your story. Rachel's story is a lot like yours. It goes so deep. My sponsorship family, and I started it recently. Oh, okay, girl, go share about it. I'm sorry, but because this is real. What effect Donna Martin in the house, the recovery wagon out here rolling today. I told you guys earlier. If you're not in Kentucky, where you're from, man, we snowed in right here. I'm talking ice, snow, sleet, the whole 9 yards. And the recovery wagon hasn't stopped today. As I know of, they've done 4 transports today to 4 different centers, helping people, a hand up, not a handout, helping people get on that track, that narrow path to get their lives back. Thank you, Donna Martin. Thank you, Sean, for doing what you do. No doubt about it. God is good. Plus, they took a stray cat in. Sean's not happy about it. He ain't. But so this is real. So you found your brother, man.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
It's pretty, it's crazy the things that happen when you're in your addiction and when you're powerless. I lost my kids, like I said, May 23rd, and my brother died June 19th, a couple weeks after I lost my kids. So my brother was struggling with diabetes as well as his addiction, and he kind of just deteriorated, with the diabetes and the drugs. He went from walking one day to the next, he couldn't walk at all, and wearing a pamper, he couldn't hold in his bowel movements. We had to move him, change him, feed him. It was just really, really strange. And he was just giving up. You know, when my brother passed away, he was 65 pounds, and
Oh my God.
I was in my addiction, and I could have probably taken care of him better if I was sober, but I wasn't. You know, and one morning my dad comes in and says, "Help me move your brother," and he was dead. We couldn't move him; he was gone, and he was still warm. And you know, I remember the paramedics when I was calling them. They said, you know, try to give him CPR, check to see if he's breathing. I was so loaded that I couldn't. I just couldn't. I never seen a dead body. I never experienced death before. And I just couldn't. I was so scared. Everything is so much more, you know, chaotic and when you're loaded, you know. So
Well,
I
I mean,
couldn't.
what's my thing doing? I sound awful. Do you hear me? That sound demonic. I'm sorry. Look who's on here. Caitlin, I see you. Who's this chick, Melissa? Um,
She is my client.
so, so again, man, did you ever think, all the pain, the shame, the guilt, again, of your own doing, because of the addiction, because of the illness, I don't care what you call it, the bad choices we make, this stuff grabs a hold of you. And if you don't know, man, please don't pick up. Trust
Oh,
me when
yeah,
I
most
tell you,
definitely.
it will grab you, man. Did you ever think, like, when you started prospering, that God would put you in the position He's got you in today? Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing. I'm so grateful for my life today. I never would have thought that I'd be where I'm at. You know, I've overcome so much, and today I wake up and I pray. You know, I pray for my husband. I pray for my life. I pray for everything that I have. My job, being able to help these moms get their babies back. The best part is being present and able to see these mothers reunify with their children and work so hard. You know, who would have thought?
You kind of froze up on me for a second, but right, who would have thought? Like, and you did everything and here's the beauty. And this is what I like about your sponsee. When I first got to, actually she came on, on a live feed and talked about the blessings of getting to jump through these hoops, the blessing of the CPS. What a blessing it is. God doing for us what we couldn't do for ourselves. Thank God for CPS.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Rescuing these children, right? From this destruction that you're causing. And that's why I say that's these children's story. We cause a lot of trauma in their lives. But what was, and what I loved about her the most is how she looked at the blessings behind this, teaching her a new way to live, teaching her. And she kept praising you, man, and it was amazing. And then I finally got to talk to you, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. Oh, real quick, there's my man Sean up in here, Sean Welch in the house. Yes, sir. Teach, my brother, teach. Honest program, no doubt about it. But yeah, so tell us a little bit about what you do. I mean, so now you work, right? And can we share that blessing coming up for you with the
Which
court?
one? Oh yeah, I get to be a part of some training. I get to learn more about the juvenile dependency system. Basically putting my input in and just sharing, what works for us. And I guess it's 13 counties that are collaborating.
Oh my God, I need you right now. Are you ready? You with me, Melissa?
Yeah, what's up?
I need you. Okay, Latasha Sophie right here. Her cousin, Timber's watching. What would you say to a young lady, 22 years old, that is struggling, that maybe didn't go to a center, to treatment, whatever, but walked off after a few days?
I would say go back. I would tell her to go back. And if that center's not right for her, reach out for a new one. I would say not give up. Going to a program is the scariest thing ever. I'm a first timer, going into a program, and I was scared. It was the worst the first couple days, but go back. It'll change your life. The first week is the hardest.
Yeah, and that's the hard. But and this what this will tell us is we don't need it. This will tell us
Right.
that we're okay. And what happens, we get a little rest in us, we get a little food in us, you know what I mean? And we're not like these people. We're not
Right.
as bad as these people.
I
You
think
know,
it's fear.
it's crazy, y'all. It'll tell us all that, right? So how old were you when you got clean? And
I
sober?
am I'm 33. I got sober when I was 3 years ago. So I don't even know how old I was. I was 30.
I forget all the time. It happens.
Yeah, I was 30 and I was 28 when I started using. I was a late bloomer and my brothers were all addicts and getting into trouble and going to jail and all the whole nine, juvenile hall, prison, whatever. And I was always a good girl. I read books and stayed home and cooked and did all these things. And then I got with, my husband, and he was a drug dealer. And, he used to push big time, and I used to sneak it for my brothers and steal it to give to my brothers so they can make some money. So I thought they were making money, but no, they were really using.
Right, right.
And the day my mom left, I started just dabbling really heavy into it. And yeah, my life really, I lost everything within a year. It was a very short ride for me. It didn't last long, thankfully. I surrendered, after that.
Right, right. And here's Shaw's on here. You remember me telling you early before we went live, my cousin, lost his daughter last night. And that's Shaw's sister, this stuff ain't no joke, man. Um, and Shaw, I'm glad you're on here. I'm proud of you, to keep moving forward in this thing. And nobody said it would ever be easy. But the blessings are abundant, man. Getting to participate in your own life,
Right.
prayers please go up for my cousin Tony and Shah. Amazing. It's just crazy how cunning, baffling, and powerful this thing is. And when he grabs a hold of you, it grabs a hold of you. But what I want to share about it is the way out. The way out. So it took a lot of pain for you.
It did. It took a lot. After losing my brother and my kids at the same time, it was like two big curveballs at once. I didn't know anything about recovery. That's the whole thing. I didn't know there was a such thing as residential. I knew nothing about what I was doing or where I was going. When they took my last baby, I had no other choice. So I said, okay, well, take me where you need me to go. I'll go, and I did it. It was the best thing ever, during my whole recovery process, early stages in my recovery, I went into a residential for 3 months, and then I went to a THU for 6 months, and it was the best thing ever. I got to understand and learn and get, realize who I really was, and, enjoy a lot of self-care and be a mother. That was the most important thing, was trying to be a mom. Once I got my kids back in 2018, I couldn't go back to my house because my brother lived there. One of my other brothers lived there, the one that do dope. And so because of the whole CPS and, my brother and I, my brother Kenny and I would fight a lot. He had a lot of mental health that was untreated. And after my brother died, he just really lost it and went through a really severe depression. And I was his target. We would fight. He would fight me and lock me in my room. There was so much stuff that I had to go through. And when I got out of the hospital, I wasn't going home, because if I went home, I wasn't going to stay sober. I went straight to residential, and, being sober, I had 2 years clean, almost 2 years clean, and trying to help my brother. I said, okay, I'm ready. I tried to help him get sober, but he was too depressed. He was too depressed. He didn't want to surrender. And, my brother ended up dying. My mom found him in the room. He wasn't breathing. They revived him, but he was in a vegetated state. And I tried to fight for him for 23 days. trying to get answers, begging the doctors to save him, crying and praying, and you know, just really wanting him to live. I had a lot of regret, wishing that I could help him, and I know I did it, he can do it, but no matter what I try to do, he just wasn't waking up. And, I finally told my mom, it's time to let him go. This is what he wanted. He wanted to be with my brother JR, and we went together as a family and we took him off the machine. I watched him take his last breath, and
Wow.
it really, really, it broke my heart. But I'm grateful that I was sober during that process, because I was present. I was there. I bathed him. I brushed his mouth, because he had the machines, and I got to put lotion on his face and read from the Bible, and all these things, because I'm sober. And be there while he's dead. This one I didn't run from because he was dead. I hugged him, I kissed him, I loved on him, and I send him off with my blessings.
Oh my God.
So
I'm having difficult. I'm sorry, my sound is crap.
I love you too, Caitlin.
But and again, just being there today and what you're doing now, I just get really so hype about this, just to see you being a light in somebody's darkness today. And you too once was in that darkness, head first in it. You know what I mean? The real deal, dope fiend junkie right there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there you are, and again, your first brother, you lost him and you couldn't be there, full of fear, that insanity way of thinking. And then you lose your other brother, and you're in sobriety, and being able to be there, like you said, a caretaker.
Right.
And then Caitlin, I want to invite Caitlin on in a little bit here in the next couple minutes. I didn't get the link to send to Caitlin, so I'll probably have to put it in the comments and have her grab it up. She's pretty good at that. I'm excited. Yeah, because I just want to hear, the growth. And again, we've seen growth in her just a short time that, and don't get me wrong, 90 days is a huge deal. 1 day is a huge deal for
Oh yeah, for sure.
like me. Real time. I want to get back to let's see, where did Shay go up here? Shay, oh my gosh, yeah. Timmy Heisel's up in here, my man Timmy. After hearing the sad story and then saying she's grateful. Yes, amazing.
Thank you.
And you were reading out of the original literature to your brother, huh? The real literature. Just saying.
Yeah, I never picked up a Bible, but I was trying. And
Right.
My brother, the amazing thing is, before he passed away, he was going to church. He was crying at the altar and asking God to take him so he can be with my brother. And I would be so angry with him. And I'm like, well, what about me? Like, I need you. And I've always been really close to my brothers, even through the fighting. Brothers and sisters fight, but they've always been my protectors, and I miss that. I do have other brothers, but they are the type that think they're better because they didn't experience the drug addiction, and
how do you deal with that? So how do you deal with that? Do you think, so you think they might have a little,
I'm not saying that they're perfect. They've had their history of their past, it's their story to tell, but, they're no better than I am. They just changed up beforehand, before it got noticed. They just don't talk to me ever since my brother passed away. The brother that just recently passed away for a year, it's going on a little over a year now. But I will not beg somebody to be in my life. I will not beg somebody to, I will not. And, I love them. I miss them. I wish them well. But at the end of the day, I have one brother, my brother Joey, and him and I are super close. I love him to death, and he also has his own struggles, but he's one of my best friends, and that's all I need. I have a sister as well, super close. She was the one who took care of my kids when I went in, when they got taken away. She stepped up.
Okay, real quick. So your sister, older sister?
Yes, older sister. I can't hear you.
How big? That's a blessing right there, no doubt. Can you hear me now?
I can.
I'm having trouble with my mic tonight. It's freaking me out a little bit. But yeah, so what a blessing. So your sister stepped in, and I mean took on 5 kids, girl.
She took 2. She took 2, and the girls is my daughter's grandmother took the 3 girls.
Okay.
So, that was a blessing that they were with them. At least they were with family. It took a while to get them out of the system because they had to go through like the whole RFA process and stuff. But they ended up getting them and raising them, doing very well with them. They were very well taken care of, and I'm very grateful. I was mad at my sister when I was in my addiction because I thought she was just trying to take my kids from me. But today we have a great relationship. I love her. She has supported me on my journey. And, when I was homeless, when I got my kids back, I couldn't go back home. So I had to live at a motel, and she would just, give me $1,000 every week, every 2 weeks, just trying to put money in my pocket. And just, she was so good. Her and her husband have been so good to me. And taking care of me, just keep going. Here's money. Don't stop. You don't need a job. Just do your case plan. They were so supportive, her and my mom and dad. And, I'm very grateful for them. Super grateful.
A huge blessing. Mom, speak, dude. I'm so sorry. This is crap tonight. Let me try to turn this down. So I want to bring Caitlin on here because I want to talk about how did you get in this field? I mean, okay, so you went your first time in treatment, a one-hit wonder right here, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, man, so you go to treatment and you set your butt still, right? And you're hearing what stood out the most about your little 30-day stay? And it's not a little stay by no means. Rachel, my fiance, she's a 30-day wonder after a lot of 30 days. So what stood out? What guided you? Was it just a bit, the will?
I was in, it's called Mariposa Residential here in, it was in San Jose. And, I went in there for 90 days. I'm telling you, the first 3 days I cried so much. I was so depressed. I didn't want to go out and program. I just stayed in my room and cried and cried and cried. I called my mom. I was like, I want to go home. My mom wasn't going to pick me up. She was like, you're staying there. But I finally went out there and went to my first group, and they read the promises. And that just stuck with me. And that's what I live by, because the promises, and it's true though, as long as you're sober. And I share that with all my clients and with everybody that I meet, that it's not going to be easy, but I always promise them, once you get the hang of it, after a couple weeks, it'll all be better. And, we can do this, we can't do it alone, but we can definitely get through it,
Amen. So then you go into a resident, so you do the 30, and then you go into an aftercare, like what, like a sober living, what?
Yeah, it's like a sober living. So I went into Mariposa for 90 days, and then I went into it's called Solace House. So Solace House is it's basically a THU, transitional housing unit. It is only, I believe, DWC clients. So DWC clients is what I work with. It's Dependency Wellness Court. It's a voluntary court. You don't have to be a part of it, but those clients that have a drug addiction or alcohol or alcoholics can choose to be a part of our dependency wellness. It's like a drug court. And once they can become, our clients. If they choose not to become a part of DWC, then they no longer have a mentor parent. So I went to that THU because I was in DWC. And yeah, I stayed there for 6 months. Normally people stay there for 3 months, but if you're in dependency wellness court, you're able to stay double the stay. So I stayed my full time there.
Good deal. It takes a lot, because we can't sit still. Am I still echoing, y'all? This is nuts.
I don't hear you echoing.
Good. I hope I'm not. But, and there you did. You ran so hard, man, for years and years, harming everybody in your path, just causing chaos. Like it talks about that tornado just warping through the lives of everybody that come in contact with you. You know, everybody that met you in active addiction left when they met you, they left worse than they were when they met you.
Right.
And today, man, people that meet you, you're a light, man. They leave you, man, just better off now, you know. A blessing today, man. It's just amazing. It just amazes me how God will work in people's lives if they just let him, you know. Giving back. I put the link in here. Caitlin, if you're listening, get that link, and here she comes. Are you ready? It's gonna get crazy. She done got some blonde hair going. What are you done to your hair, girl? Okay. 1 second, I'm gonna let you in. Hey, guy, I need you to read some shots out for me, Melissa. You ready?
Let's do it.
Boom.
Melissa, you are awesome. Thank you for sharing. Paul Martinez.
Paul
Thank
Martinez.
you.
All right, who we got? Boom.
Tara Duffy. Timberland Shay Duffy. I love you.
That's Timberland's mom. Tara, hit me up. Yeah, Timberland, if you're watching, look, this can be done. The next young lady coming on is being guided by Melissa. You know, got herself into a world of chaos due to her own choices with drug addiction. Now, what is it with when you feel you have to have that man? When a young lady feels she has to have that relationship, and it's toxic, you know, verbal, physical abuse. What would you tell someone?
You know, it's really hard when someone's going through a situation like that. You know, it's really hard they're not going to listen. You know, they have to really hit their rock bottom with that person. I have a lot of clients that go through things like that. I personally never have. But it's a domestic relationship, you know, it's really hard. I always tell my clients to leave. I always try to get them connected with the DV assistant, you know, the assessor that we work for, and try to get them connected so they can see the difference between healthy and not healthy relationships, you know.
I think, you think a lot of it is to do, we don't love we don't see our value, our worth, and get caught up. Like, does that make sense to anyone?
Yeah, that makes sense. I honestly think that I think people get so used to that type of relationship. Either they were born around it, they've seen it happen, you know, they end up with the wrong person and it becomes their new normal. So taking that domestic violence relationship and trying to change it or take them out of it, their life isn't normal anymore, you know. They got to find a new way of life. It's just like an addiction.
A new way to life. Timberland, real quick, I'm gonna bring Caitlin in here. My mic's jumping in and out. Chris Curtis up in here. I see you, Chris. I love you, boy. Kaizen Billiards, man. Did I say it right? Did I say it wrong? Kaizen. It means. Tell them what it means, Chris. I haven't forgotten. Come on, I was a special ed. Don't you judge me. Here we come. Q-Town, Washington, Martinez. I see you. Timberland, I want you to listen, and I want you guys to interact about when you first met her, Melissa, and where she's at today. Timberland, you can call me, you can message me. Your cousin's got my number, your mama's got my number. Let's do something different, man. And again, you know, nothing changes if nothing changes. We got to sit still, and that's our problem. We can't sit still. We want all this front and center. We want it now, just like the dope. You know what I mean? All right, let's do it. Here she comes. Boom.
Hello? Hi. Sorry, it's super crackly. Can you guys hear me?
Scoot over, Melissa. We can't see you. Dang, I got this big thing on my hip. Sorry.
Well, how does this work?
See if I can fix it in a different way. How you doing?
I'm good. Can you hear me? Because everything was all crazy crackly and I don't even know. I was all whoa.
Is it still crackly? Is it crackly out there? If it is, would y'all let me know?
No, you're good.
It's not crackly anymore.
Go ahead.
It was just while I was in the waiting room. Hi, everybody. Hi, Melissa. I'm so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you too, Caitlin.
Good stuff. So Caitlin, how much time you got today?
I will have 90 days on the 19th.
90 on the 19th. And you went to court. You're fighting.
Yes, I went to court.
You're doing everything that you're supposed to do to get your son back. Right?
Yes. And he will be going to my sister's house shortly, this coming week. And then I get to go and I get to go put him to bed, and I get to go wake him up in the morning. And then I get to have overnights with him. And so I'm super grateful. And I think that God had it happen just the way it was supposed to happen, because it just gives me more time to get everything ready for him, while this process is happening, and for me to show the courts exactly what they want me to show them. So I'm happy. I'm grateful for it all. It's just it's a little bit longer, but it's going to be that much better,
So when you went to court the last time and you heard it wasn't what you thought, they told you no, right? I mean, we're going to keep jumping through some hoops. Is that correct?
Yeah.
No? Huh?
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
It's kind of like wonky, but yeah.
It's got to be my end. So when you heard that news that, they wanted you to jump through more hoops, how'd that make you feel?
At first, because to be completely honest, the court situation, there was a lot of wrong information and miscommunication between the social worker and attorneys, and not me and Melissa. Me and Melissa knew what was going on, but everybody else didn't really know what the heck was going on. And they had my clean date wrong. So they discredited me for my clean time. And I was a little upset about that. But I knew how much clean time I had. So I didn't let it bring me down, and I just kept a positive attitude, because my son, Caden, wouldn't want me to have a negative attitude, right? He wouldn't want me to be sitting there I'm not getting him today. So, oh, well, no, it's not how it works. That's not how it can work. It doesn't work like that. So, yeah, I'm just grateful.
Real talk. So okay, when you guys first met, and I know my mic is crazy. I might have to get a new mic. But so when you guys first met, is that better? Can y'all hear me now? Talk to me. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay.
I can't hear. I don't even know.
You're a mess like that. Can you guys out there hear me? Hit the heart button if you can hear me. Anybody.
It's all like wah, 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 to me on my side. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh my God.
It sounds down like Charlie Brown. Wah, wah, wah. That's what it sounds like.
I'm glad you're honest. You know what I mean? Wah, wah, wah.
Just give up. No, that's what it feels like when the parents are telling the kids something, and wah, 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 wah. That's what it sounded like.
Well, that's a cartoon. You're back in a cartoon. What was that? Rugrats?
Charlie Brown.
Oh, maybe okay. Well, then I'm wrong. So check it out. So Melissa, when you first met Caitlin, how did that happen? How did she get assigned to you?
So once a detention comes in, a new case, once kids are removed or there's a new court case, we get, us as mentors get a notification or an email saying that there is a new client, and we're assigned these clients. So we already know who our clients are. Our supervisor assigns them. She was assigned to me, and I think I had just started my job. I'd been here maybe 3 months. She had just got out of House on the Hill, which is a program where she can take for moms to take their babies. They removed Caden from her because she was leaving House on the Hill. So when I first contacted her, she was a little upset, but she had the willingness, We talked at least maybe a good 2 months. Then she kind of went MIA. Yeah, she was back in her addiction. Then her son got removed from the foster parents, the RFA home, which was her sister's. And she had to contact me because she had court. So we contacted each other, and, you know, she was scared. She was still in her addiction, and she didn't know what to do. You know, she felt like she was not going to reunify with her son because of her past. She has a past with the dependency system and didn't reunify with her son. He was adopted. And, you know, I promised her, you know, if you just do what I'm asking you to do, get the assessment, do this, do that. You know, there's so many things that you have to do in order to get into the treatment program. Over here, it takes a while. You know, I'm sure it takes a while everywhere, but you got to get an assessment. Then that assessor sends a referral. Then once you get that referral submitted, then you got to call that place to make sure there's a bed for you. It's a process. And she did it. You know, I said, just go to detox. You know, she's like, but they're not going to give me my son. They're going to keep him. You know, they're not going to let me reunify. They're going to trick me. You know, in Caitlin's mind, still in her addiction, she thought they were after her. She didn't feel like they were going to reunify. They were against her. It wasn't going to happen. So I said, you know, Caitlin, I felt for her. I, you know, my heart felt for her. And I said, okay, if they don't let you reunify, if you do all of these things that is required on your case plan and you still don't reunify, I will quit my job the day they adopt your son. I'll walk. Because this is not, if this is something they don't want to do, and if you're doing everything you're supposed to do and they still don't want to help you, then this is something that I don't want to be a part of. I'm here to help parents. So she was like, you promise? I said, I promise. And she went into detox like 3 days later. I went to meet with her at the residential, bring her some Starbucks, get her application to get her connected with DWC. She was gone. I said, oh my gosh, you know, I thought she had relapsed. I called her. She didn't relapse. She was like, I couldn't. There was, you know, she had some conflicts there. And I said, okay, let's get you connected. Let's get you an outpatient. You've got to keep continuing your recovery. You know, you're already sober. If you go any longer, you're going to end relapsing. And she has been a firecracker ever since. And I'm super proud of her. I love working with her. She calls me every day, all day.
All day.
All day. Yeah. So.
You know, just, and she's got that personality, Caitlin does. It's just very attractive. She's so outgoing and just so bubbly. I'm just excited to see her future, you know, being on the path of recovery, on this narrow path, to see what God's plans are for her. Just like you, Melissa, you know, you never would have thought, you know, all the trauma that you put yourself through and been through. Today, once again, a light in other people's lives, and they can't get nothing by you. That's what I liked about you. You've been there, you've done it, you've told the lies, you've done the dirt, you know, and you've done this and done that, and this has happened to you. And what you said about you gave her your word, you know, that you do this and this is going to happen.
Right.
You lived it, man. You know,
she's so good at her job. I couldn't, man. That just gave me more reason to, you know, like I couldn't have her. She helps so many people, you know, like, oh my God, no, we're gonna, no. And then
I love my job.
What's gonna happen is I'm gonna do everything I need to do. I'm gonna get reunified with Kaden, and then when I'm ready and I have a clean time, I'm going to work with her.
Yes.
Exactly. How does it feel, Melissa, that joy? And I do apologize for cutting you off, but how does that feel? Because I mean, you're a very humble young lady. How does it feel to know, you know, what God is using you for today? Do you ever just stop and be like, wow, thank you? Every day.
Every day. I never thought I'd be sober. I never thought I'd make it this far, you know. And I'm grateful for it. Even, you know, I was watching one of your lives a couple weeks ago, and someone was sharing, I think the woman's name was Donna, and she was with her boyfriend.
Yes.
Talking about, you know, the recovery process, you know, the disease with your partner. And not everybody makes it. not everybody, it's so hard. Usually one addict tries to get sober, the other one falls off, and then they both fall off, or, they end up separating because one wants to do better and the other one doesn't. And, it made me so happy because my husband and I put him through hell. I really did. I, stole and lied, and, I never cheated on him, but I was just hungry for that dope, and he went to prison when I was fighting for my kids, and left me all by myself to do this. I was angry, I was pissed, and we didn't talk the whole prison term. I was trying to fight for my kids. He was doing his own thing. We didn't have no conversation. And then one day, he calls me. I already had all the kids back. I was living in a homeless shelter, and he was like, hey, and we didn't have any intentions on getting back together, but we were trying to be co-parents for the kids. But, when he got out of prison, he seen that we were living in motels, and we got back together, and it took him 2 days to find a job. And let me tell you, he's been working ever since, supporting his family, taking care of us, such a good man. And he has 4 years clean. And, he's doing it. I try to get him to come to meetings, or to watch you. I told him to follow your page, but
That's good.
He's just, it's amazing. I'm glad to see other people make it too. It makes me really happy.
No, will this count for a meeting for Caitlin? Can you count this for a meeting?
Yes,
It does count as a meeting.
Yes,
Good,
we put it. We do use you as her meeting slips. Actually, I just used you. I'm doing her relapse prevention plan because she needs it for her next court hearing, because she is going to get her baby back at the next court hearing in March.
Hey guys,
So-
you heard that. So put those prayers up for Caitlin.
The recommendation. Yeah, so she will get her baby. It's just they need a few more things: relapse prevention plans, some support people, her meetings, and a few more other things. So I did her relapse prevention plan. We used you as a support person because we watch you all the time.
Oh, look at that. Adidas shirt for the little man. Well, thank you. Again, it's the unity in this thing. And it's just, I'm just hyped, man. Again, this is a field that, all I wanted, guys, was to be this normal person. I remember, and I've shared this before, me and my buddy Chaz Ray were riding by to go cop some dope. And I look over and I see these guys working. They were actually had a job and working. They were in their little orange vest or whatever. They weren't in prison. They were actually working for the city, doing some things. And I'm thinking to myself, if I could just be that guy, have a job, be normal, and that's all I wanted, guys, going to cop some dope. But being powerless over this stuff, not knowing how to stop, not knowing about the solution, not believing that I could do it. It took another, that therapeutic value, like I talk about, another addict that had a lot of clean time, had a lot of sobriety, telling me about myself, that rigorous honesty. It was my intentions. I thought, well, I'm a decent guy, but my actions showed that I wasn't. Cliff Bass, I see you in the house. So it's just crazy. So what do you have her do, Melissa? What did you have her do early in this thing? Did she do a lot of pen to paper? What?
Well, for starters, when she first was ready to surrender, she had to get an assessment, get her going for, she has to do an assessment in order to get into residential. That didn't work out. So she's doing outpatient, she's doing therapy, she's doing, what else are you doing? She has to do meetings, she has a drug test once a week. She needs to find a call
every day. Give us a call.
Yeah, she has to call every day because it's a random drug testing. She has to work do the 12 steps, find a sponsor, do the relapse prevention plan, the parenting classes. Some parents have to do domestic violence classes, parenting without violence. There's a lot of things that parents have to do to reunify with their kids,
Well, and they should, because these are these babies, man, and we cause this stuff to these, but they didn't ask for this stuff, man. And I'm just being real, and I say a lot of things because I was that dad that was not a dad. You know what I mean? I took my kids shoplifting. You know, we're going to get ice cream, but I take them to Walmart to push a buggy out. Them 4 and 5 years old. You know, that's the kind of daddy I was. You know what I mean? I need to be held accountable for my actions because we're supposed to be nurtured, man. What is it? A fish teaches a fish how to swim. A bird teaches a bird how to fly. A man is supposed to nurture that child, that little boy, to be a man. The same with women. You know what I mean? For real. Caitlin, read this. Full name and the thingamadoodle.
The thingamadoodle? Timberland Share Duffy. Y'all are amazing. Giving me a strong hope for sure. Keep blessing. That's right. Lessons to blessings, you know? Leaving hope.
So Caitlin, and I asked you because she's brand new. Timberland's brand new. You hear me?
That's right. Stay here with us.
And she needs that female support. She needs she needs you women that are doing this thing, you know, like Melissa's been there for you. Been there for you, girl, pulling for you.
Yeah, I know. Man, and you know what? We'll be there for whoever needs us to be there for them too.
Right.
Because you can message me, Timberland Share Duffy. You can message me and I'll message you back, you know, and I'll talk to you.
No doubt.
Yeah. You can friend request us on Facebook, Instagram. You know, anyone who needs help or just needs a friend, we're here always. Just hit us up.
Real talk. So we got 4 minutes popping. Who's got this?
Story? Can I tell you a story?
Please do. Indeed. That's why we're here.
Okay. So today I was driving in my car, right? And so I have a Ford Mustang, okay? And I just barely, Melissa's laughing at me because she already knows this story. But so I barely learned how to drive stick, and I'm not very confident in it, and I don't really like it very much. But so I was gonna trade my car in at the car dealership, right? Because I'm not digging it, right? But so I was driving the car dealership, and I hit the curb, and it popped both my tires. And that was God telling me, you better be grateful for what you got, and you're sticking with the Mustang.
Okay. Yeah, I asked God to give me the willpower, to be vigilant and start losing some weight. The transmission went out of my Ultima. I was kind of upset about that. Be careful what you pray for. Here we come, son. Real talk. Angela Phillips, I'm glad you're here. Give some shots out, y'all. Here's my man, Brian. I see you.
I like those. You know what that means? My parents used to do that to me when I was little. It means I love you.
Real talk. Here's Courtney Hawk. And you know, this is so real because we got to be vigilant because we don't know what people suffer from, and we got to take people for, you know, where they're at in life. No doubt about it. But and this is just me, man. I truly believe that women should help women early in this process. Men should help men. Because we are vulnerable and we do suffer from some things when we get to the root of the problem, just to be vigilant of what's going on around us. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us has got little boy issues, little girl issues.
And I think that you are correct, and I respect you for that, because sometimes people don't think about that, and then they kind of like ruin each other.
Yeah, it can be scary, guys. It can be scary. You know,
so women,
April Crane up in this. I see you, April. I love Miss April. April got that 5-piece together. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey,
Chris, remember when I called?
I see you, Chris. Huh?
I called them at the church. I called them while they were at the church celebrating, and she was the one you had the picture up before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
April's the real deal, y'all. She's powerful. I met April. She was a nurse at Fayette County Detention Center. She's one of us. Yeah, man, she's got a powerful testimony, and she as well, Melissa, Caitlin, instills light in the darkness of other young ladies, other women that need help finding their way, to know that hell has an exit. That's what April does, man. You know, God's got a team working, y'all. Hallelujah. Can I get a amen?
Amen.
Turn him up. So it looks like we're at the top of it. J.R. Jones up in his piece. I see you, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Thomas Edward Ratcliffe Jr. How you doing, Thomas? Preach. Glad you're here. Melissa, give us some hope. I didn't know what happened. I thought we went off the line. So, all right, we got a few minutes left. So, yes.
I can hear you.
I'm getting mute, Caitlin. I'm tired of this already. I'm playing. I'm kidding.
I can't hear myself. So
I'm messing with you, child. I'm so proud of you. So Melissa, real quick. Now, I love you, Caitlin. Did y'all get your shirts yet?
We're a little confused with that. So no.
What? Rex didn't send them?
Well, I didn't know you had to pay for them.
You don't, Rex. If you're on here, man, what's up with you, man? Somebody just won $1,000. Oh, it's Joy Ivy. Congratulations to everyone who benefited. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get you out of here. 1 second. Is that a scammer, y'all? Y'all want me to move it? Oh yeah, let me get you pop loose right here one time.
That's not very nice. No. Yeah.
Nah, you're right. There, it's but no, hit Angie back tonight because that wasn't what we had did. So I need to get that moving along real quick. Okay, Melissa, give us some hope. We're at the top of the hour.
My mic was muted. I'm sorry. Okay, don't pick up no matter what.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it to pick up. It's worse. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, for sure. If you're struggling, reach out. Please give us a call. Please. Message me.
Teamwork make the dream work.
Amen. What's that one? Why give up everything for one thing when you can give up everything for? No, I've said it backwards. Oh, I'm shutting up. Somebody hold me. What the peanut? Jesus. Oh goodness. People say. Oh, okay. Real quick. So, somebody's messaging y'all saying they're me. Yeah, don't bite, man. It's scammers. I'm sorry.
You know how many people I blocked saying they were you? Let me tell you something. My whole block list is like.
Get them out of there. She's doing it, son. I love you. Boom, get them out of here.
There's one called Jekyll and Hyde. Watch out for that one too. I had to block them.
So yeah, man, I want to thank you. I'd like to get you guys back on in the future in a couple of weeks or something. And I got to check my mic. Me and Melissa were on here, and my mic was foolish. I sound crazy, and I'll get out. Cindy Ferris, I see you. It works if you work it. That's right. There was one, keep your hands in your pants and give the newcomer a chance. You hear me? The elevator's broken. Take the steps, son, and live. Here we go. Real talk. So, Latasha, what'd you say? Timberland is going to call? Yes, please. Yeah, stay on her. Like I said,
we got you. We got your back. If you want support, we're here. We will talk to you till the wheels fall off. The wheels aren't going to fall off, though, because we're going to, bolt them on real good.
Oh, Caitlin.
Yes. Yes, boy. Y'all heard it first right here. Andrew Hager live from Caitlin. We're going to bolt them bad boys on so good, you hear me? It's whatever. Because I'm
with the lug nut locks?
Oh, look here, y'all. Check this out. Cody Sons up. Where you been, boy? I ain't seen you, my man. $100,000. Let your pain be champagne, non-alcoholic.
He subscribed to me on Facebook. He did. Yes, that's my friend.
For real, we see you, young lady. We're hey, look, man, we got the pom-poms out. And you see it, Melissa, been through it. You hear me? And being Caitlin's light, man, being a light, man, the lighthouse leading her, man, guiding her, man, to the promises, to recovery, to prosper in life, to be the mother that God made her to be, the person God made her to be. For purpose, man, usefulness. So I mean, we got to sit still. And like you said, Timberland, when you said it's hard to say, and I get it. I couldn't sit still, girl, but I was very, thankful. I'm thankful for Gels today. because the door's locked, and that's what I needed in my recovery. I'm just saying, we're all different, man, but we're all God's children. He loves us if there was only one of us. Loves us all the same. Nobody's above you, nobody's below you. Get busy living. Let God in. Don't play a better prayer about it. Turn Jesus up. Give them something, y'all. I'm out. Go ahead, Caitlin.
Tag AHL family with a capital L.
Oh, get it, girl. Oh, I love you. Wow. Okay. Yeah, boom. What'd you say, Paul? Paul said to all the newcomers, please keep coming. Yes. My brother.
And with what we have, by giving what we've learned and what's been working away.
Wow. This is scary. What the peanut? Reach out.
Today in the tire shop, what in the peanut? And let me tell you something. Everybody thought it was a hoot.
Right. I agree 100. Here we go, y'all. All right. Thank each and every one of you for joining us. Thank you guys on here for your positive comments and staying with us. I don't know if you guys saw a lot of the comments running through, but people's got the pom-poms out for us, guys. Like-minded people that normally wouldn't mix, man, just loving each other to life and not to death. It's just amazing. It's just, wow, real talk.
Thanks for having me.
I'd love to have you back in the future. Angie's on here. Angie's going to.
I love her. I love Angie.
Angie's the real deal. That's my dog. So.
And your dog is, yes, you know what? Love both of y'all. Angie's
going to hit you up and go ahead and get those sizes, and Angie will make it happen. Rex, I guess he been asleep it's snowing here, so yeah, he probably hibernated. But yeah, we got this. We'll get it together. Carol Tuttle up in here. How you doing? Yes, thank you for being here. Oh, I didn't give a shout out to Precious Paul Prickett, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty boy Paul Prickett up in this piece. I see you, boy. Are you getting around? I'm gonna put you in the game. I need you, son. Paul's my guy. We just tease each other with the Precious Paul and the Pretty Boy Paul. Paul, big dude. Thanks for allowing me to share. Okay, she done did it. Okay. Let's do it. Yes, I'll have Timmy on next week sometime. Tomorrow it should be me and Dallin with the call-in show. The audio video is really good because Dallin's doing it. Anybody can call in from wherever you're at, share some experience, strength, or hope. Or if you're going through something, man, call in, tell on it. Take away its power. Tell on it, man.
Take away that power, man, because once you speak it out,
start the healing process. Well, Melissa, thank you so much. Just powerful, man. I'm hyped, man. You just being the light in this young lady below you's life. It's just wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna call her right after.
And just the motives to help somebody. Nothing more, nothing less than to be a servant, be a vessel, be that lighthouse, and giving back. Thank you for everything you do, young lady. And Caitlin, I'm proud of you, child. Well, we love you guys. I'm going to end it with the Serenity Prayer one time. If I missed you guys, I want to thank you guys once again, each and every one. Donna Martin, Recovery Wagon in the house. I love you. Angie, do your thing. Real talk. Christina, what's going on? Yes, please keep coming. We need you. Yeah, come back anytime. Yes, we need you. Paul Martinez, I'm glad you're here tonight, my brother. Good stuff.
That's right.
Lindsay said y'all a blessing. All right. Cody Sons, looking forward to church Sunday. I missed you this Sunday. Timmy showed up. Randy dropped the mic on him. You hear me? All right. Thank each and every one of you. We're gonna I thought we was. What happened? Oh, I'm hit. Man down. Somebody hold me. I'm sorry. All right. Thank you guys. We're out.
God, grace, ready to accept things you cannot change. Mercy.